Guys, we're officially live. I'll put it on Snapchat. Call it a day. All right. You ready? All right. Let's get started in three, two, and one. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing great, Chris. It is sad. It seems like it's already coming to an end, this football season. I mean, we have 6 weeks left, which is a long time, but it's already Thanksgiving week, week 12 coming up. We had a good Thursday night football game, I will say, yesterday, um,
Yeah.
which we'll get into. But it's just like dawning on me that like a couple more weeks left, and it's gonna be solely basketball, which I'm always all right with. But of course, NFL's king. But anywho, I'm doing well. Excited to pod. We're gonna do what we did last week. Break down all the previews, give our wise picks, or figure out our wise picks during the previews, and then give them out at the end. Chris, do we want to talk about last night's game a little bit? The Bills are they look like it's kind of going downhill for them. I mean, I know the Texans defense really mauled Josh Allen last night. They got to him a lot, and but the Bills defense, I mean, just did not look good the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, and even last week, like Tampa Bay moved the ball on them
Mm-hmm.
pretty consistently until late in that game. But like I don't know. I feel like I'm not that surprised because the games that they have lost this season feels like it's a similar-ish formula where the opposing team can get after Josh Allen and make him play, you know, down to a level that is not his best, and then they give up a couple long drives defensively. So it is weird that like they've been the most unpredictable team, I think, this year. Like when you look at their wins and their losses, like beat the Chiefs, beat the Bucks, and then lose to the Dolphins, lose to the Falcons, lose to the Texans without CJ Stroud. So I don't know what to do with them because I mean they don't really have a very difficult schedule and they're not taking advantage of it. Like they're I wouldn't say it was a must win last night for the division hopes, but I mean it's a definitely a dent that it's going to be tough to come back from now that they're what 2 games out,
Yes, they're
two
two
and a
games
half games out.
behind. Maybe
Yeah,
I think
so
maybe
it's a
two and a
must
half.
win. Definitely a must win against the Pats next time they
Mm-hmm.
play. And I don't know what the conference record tiebreak or is it division record? It's the tiebreaker or
I
split.
think it would be division record, which they would
Got
be
it.
down
They already
one
have
with
the
the
loss to
Dolphins.
Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, though, I'm not worried about them missing the playoffs. And obviously, like once you get in the playoffs, they're a team that's been there the last 5, 6 years. So, they're still just as dangerous, but it's the same problems plaguing them over and over. And I don't know if there's a way that they right this ship
Yeah,
this
it's
season.
it's difficult when you're watching these games and not only does the defense look thin out there, they look like they're getting the offense is being able to do a lot of what it wants, the opposing offense. And then there's just every other play it seems like another guy's down for Buffalo. It seemed
Mm-hmm.
like maybe 5 times that there was a player on Buffalo down getting subbed out or just injured. And the they got good this like they got a good rushing attack out of James Cook. There was the two interceptions by Allen weren't great. The Allen had good stats though. Besides that, like they got Shakir at 100 yards. Um, but that was really like they other than those three players, there wasn't anyone else to step up. It didn't seem like there was anyone else really taking the load on offense. And there's a lot of weird play calling. The last play of the game for the Bills on offense was 4th and 5, and they take Shakir, their best receiver so far in the game, and the announcer draws like a straight line, and they're like, "We're guessing he's gonna go just take a go route here and try to go or an out route, and then get the first down. Like they're gonna be looking for him." And Buffalo decides to put him in motion in the backfield, do the thing where the wide receiver runs around the backfield, and then he's completely useless on the play because his route is under the 5 yards. It was really stupid. And then Josh Allen throws a pick. It was it was just weird play calling. It felt like the whole game for the Bills, and really it does show how dangerous this Texans defense is. And once CJ Stroud comes back, if they can look if they can look half as good as they have been the past 3 weeks, then that's gonna be one of the teams that comes like people in it's coming in the playoffs or leaving the end of the regular season. People are gonna be like kind of nervous about this Texans team. They're gonna put some hair on people's chest whenever they play somebody.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not totally out of the division either.
No,
Like if the Colts don't stay hot, like this could be I think they could be a game back if the Colts lose to the Chiefs this week. Maybe a game and a half.
yes, and they play the Colts
Colts
twice
are 8-2.
still.
Yeah, so division race is not over.
No, definitely not.
They
The
still don't
both for
feel
both
like
of
a
these
Super Bowl
teams.
contender.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, right. Um, just because they never look like they haven't had a game this year where they just like first snap to last snap dominate a team,
yeah,
but they do like almost suck the life out of you defensively.
agreed. And that the key is
Those teams can go far in the playoffs.
they can, and they can get a couple upsets going. The the scary thing about them for on the Texans side, not on like the opposing team side, is that their offense is so inconsistent. The They have
Yes.
drives where they look like even with Davis, where they look like all right, like they have the weapons, they know who they're throwing to, they have a decent running back, and then they get to the goal line and they can't run at the goal line to save their lives. They should just stop running at the goal line because they can't do it. And they so that's the type of things that whenever it does get to a playoff scenario, that's what you have to take advantage of for like if on in reality this game should have been 30-19 or um even worse. But there was and the Bills had a kick return touchdown too, so maybe it should have been like 30-13. But the offense is just that inconsistent that that's where these games end up. They can get 24, 23 points, but if you score 30 on them, I don't think they're going to be able to catch up. But I did like their red uniforms. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it
I'm
was.
not a
Maybe it
huge
was
fan.
like I wasn't a huge fan the past couple years, and I don't know what it was about this year. Maybe it was just seeing my boy Davis in
Is it
it.
Davis?
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I thought the red uniforms looked pretty slick. All right, let's get to our previews. The Chiefs and Colts are the first game. I'm pulling up my book real quick so we can see the lines. The
It's minus 3.5 is what I have.
Okay, for the Chiefs. This is a big game for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're five and
It's a
five
must.
right now. It is a must win. I agree. They and
They're
against
kind of like in every game is must win territory. Like
yeah,
they can
they're in the
only
playoffs
afford,
now.
yeah, they can only afford one or two, probably two losses in the AFC. But yeah, going 5-6 would be tough.
They need like as you said maybe two like they could use they could still live with 2 losses. Sorry, I was trying to gather my thoughts. But they would have to have if they did get 2 losses, they would have to have a lot of extra things to happen that would be out of their control for other teams if they did end up with 2 more losses the rest of the season. So
Right.
it's do or die there for the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't have Pacheco again. The Colts, they just came off a overtime loss to the Chiefs and then a bye week. So I don't know. How are teams been running on like I guess teams have been decently running on the Chiefs this year. It hasn't been like anything unstoppable for Chris Jones. Like yeah, James Cook went like I don't know. I'm worried about Jonathan Taylor here. That's really what I'm thinking about. I mean, the Broncos couldn't run against them, but the Broncos can like
Yeah,
run
I
like
guess
half the time of the games.
my holdup is like thinking about Daniel Jones facing Spagnuolo's defense at Arrowhead in a must-win.
Yeah,
Like
yep,
this is his biggest test of the year,
agreed,
right?
1000%.
And like I don't know, maybe I do need to just give him credit and expect them to go in and win. But I think
But
the line is telling
are we
me,
gonna see Sam
like,
Darnold be throwing 4 interceptions? Is this the version of Daniel Jones we're gonna be getting, where they're facing a good team that's a playoff caliber team, and all we're gonna see is a bunch of turnovers, a bunch of nonsense from Daniel Jones? That's what I guess
potentially.
that's what you were just saying. Like that might be the worry here.
Yeah, I almost feel like lazy saying that like we're waiting
I agree.
for that game, but we've been saying it all year, and like I don't know,
Well,
I
we were
don't want to
right
be
on
mean.
Darnold. We
I
did it last
still,
like
yeah, we
we
kind of nailed
called our
it. Yeah,
shot on it and it worked.
yeah,
And I don't know, the thing is, can Jonathan Taylor mitigate those damages enough? I mean, we've seen Daniel Jones have bad games against the Steelers. He had 3 interceptions and a fumble. Against the Falcons, he had 2 interceptions. So it's it's really, can Jonathan Taylor carry this offense past some sort of, I guess he only had 1 interception against the Falcons. Some sort of Daniel Jones mishap. I think if
yeah. I kind of think the question is more, can they slow down the Chiefs? Like, if you
yeah
can keep Mahomes off the field, then you're able to control the game a little bit and run the football. Like, they're going to be able to run it.
yeah
And I don't think they need to score 30 to win, as long as they're able to like not let the Chiefs walk them up and down the field. I think that's a bigger key. I mean, if Daniel Jones throws 2+ interceptions, there's almost no way they win. But if he takes care of the ball and they can get off the field defensively, like
mm,
you don't have to shut them down, but um, I think that's how they win.
I get
Which
that.
don't get
Yeah, it is a duh statement, but I do think that is a good point. Where I mean, we've seen the Chiefs have these struggles, and then against bad defenses, really tear them up. I mean, the Lions defense that night on Monday night was awful, or maybe it was was that Sunday night or Monday night? I think it was Sunday night. Um,
yeah, and they were just
They were decimated by injuries and a suspension. The Raiders immediately following, they scored 30 plus again. Your Commanders immediately following 28 plus. But then competent defenses that really have stuff to play for, the Broncos and the Bills, were able to slow them down. So I think it's a good litmus test for the Colts defense here, where we haven't been sure. Like they've been statistically pretty good, but it seems like you can kind of move on them. They've had a
you
couple
got
weird
Sauce in there
games.
for a couple weeks now.
Say again.
You got Sauce in there for a couple
Yep.
weeks now.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't, and Sauce's first game was in London. Um, now he's gonna have a whole bye week to figure out the defensive scheme for this Colts team. It's a good litmus test for the Colts defense, and honestly, it's a good, like, even if they lose this game, I want to see what they're gonna look like in the playoffs, and I think this game will give us a good insight into that.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so I'm not touching this game. Like
I
I
don't think
think
I am either. The
this
Chiefs
is an
line is
enjoy it game.
intriguing because it is a must win, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it.
I think it's just kind of enjoy the game because this should be a good game.
Yep.
And I think it should be a 3-point game. So the hook
Yeah.
the hook is scary.
Agreed.
This one we can breeze through pretty quickly. The Seahawks Titans at
One.
Titans.
I'm taking the under. It's
Oh, wait, what's the score points?
40 and a
Okay.
half. The Titans can't score, and it's like the top 5 defense in football.
The
It makes
yeah,
sense
I
to me.
like that. The line is 13.5 at Tennessee. That's
Yeah,
just
that's
mean.
crazy.
Like I saw that today and I was like, that's just mean. Like I know they're bad, they can't move the ball. It seems like nobody on this team wants to be on the team, but it's sad. It's funny. There's not a lot of team like the Commanders were such big uh they were like the poster child for this because their owner was so actively bad and so like vocally bad where it's like man they need a new owner like they need a new owner but like and I guess the Jets are starting to get there where it's like Jets have had so many bad seasons like it's starting to turn on the owner of why are we running it this way. The Tennessee Titans need a new owner because they've been abysmal ever since they lost Vrabel and have had no plan on what to do next. So they're gonna have a big offseason. They don't have a GM or a coach, I believe. They might have a GM, but I don't think so. And I don't know. I mean, this the coach and the GM laughed at this own team preseason. So there has to be a change somewhere.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Cam Ward. I feel like he's a guy that we're looking at in 5-6 years as one of these guys going to rehab somewhere, quarterback rehab.
I
The
hope not.
situation's just so bad.
I hope not. I think Tennessee, like because they're not gonna take a quarterback this year with whatever pick they get, and it's looking like one. And there's like the Jaguars did this with Trevor Lawrence, and then they got the number one pick again. The Browns have done this. I think there just needs to be a rule where like you just like you like can't get the number one pick twice in a row. Like I feel like that should be a rule
Right.
where like I understand like the team's not good and like that's how it works, but you guys are just like actively bad. Like this is actively bad.
Yeah.
They
Maybe
they
they should have
ruled
waited.
out. Sorry, what?
Maybe they should have waited to take a quarterback.
Yeah, I gotten some other players. The tough thing about that though is like, what are you taking? Will Campbell one?
Yeah. It wasn't a great draft for that. Abdul Carter, I guess, would have been the guy.
I know, and then your
That's
team's still the same though.
here.
Like your team's garbage with
Yeah.
one decent pass rusher. The
Yeah.
the Titans they ruled out Eric Illuminor for this game.
Yep.
I'm pretty good at this. I think there's one guy with the last name of like Dyke or something, but I really don't have any idea who the wide receivers for the Tennessee Titans are. Because Calvin Ridley's out. He's out for the season. Eric Illuminor's gone for this game. They
Is
traded
it
Tyler
Lockett?
Lockett. No, they traded
They
him to the
traded.
Raiders. Or they cut him and the Raiders signed him.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I guess Jig.
Chigakonkwo. Yeah. Shamir Dyke is one. I think wide receiver one here. Van Jefferson, maybe wide receiver one. You know it's bad. Like normally when there's a wide receiver injury, like
Against,
even
like,
last
3 of
week
the best corners in
sorry, what?
football.
Yes, against
Against like 3 of the best corners.
yep, and a great D line.
Yeah.
This is how you know they're sad. Like there's last week Arizona Cardinals, whose season is pretty much over. Jacoby Brissett is playing. They ruled out um Marvin Harrison Jr. And immediately people started to pick up Michael Wilson in fantasy, and he scored 33 points. Nobody has a Titan on their fantasy football team. There's not a single Titan. I don't know. I honestly could not tell you. Like maybe you have Tony Pollard and you hate that you have Tony Pollard because you've never played him, or same thing with Tajee Spears.
Yep.
But I honestly don't know what Tennessee Titan is on anyone's fantasy team. Not even the kicker. Kicker wouldn't be on my
No,
roster.
first kicker. The last kicker that you would want.
Yes. I mean, it's it's sad. It's truly sad. And I think
It is
that's really the
sad.
preview for the game. I like the under.
Yep.
I like the 13.5 for the Seahawks. Um Sam Darnold bounce back game after 4 interceptions
Oh yeah,
against the Rams.
big time.
The JSN's gonna destroy this defense. There was a good take. I forget who said it. I apologize for whoever said it, but it was somebody said maybe it's not like a Sam Darnold big game problem, it's a Sam Darnold Rams problem because last
Yes,
year,
3
yeah,
times now.
yeah. But we did call it. I gotta say, I like calling our shots on those moments. Even though the Rams didn't cover 3, it felt like it was a mortal cover. It felt like.
I mean, they look like yeah, it was.
Well, and they don't run up the score. That we've said this many times. They always play down on offense.
Yes,
Um,
it's
so
just
and they're
1 point.
facing a good defense. Yeah, it was just 1 point. That was a mortal cover. All right, we spent way too long. We just love bad teams on this.
Yeah, we got to skip past this Jets game.
Oh yeah,
Jets
just
are gonna
right.
get
Let's do it
smoked
right
by
now. What's the
Ravens.
line? What's the line?
13.5 Ravens.
I don't.
Bit of a
I don't.
scare against Browns last week.
It was that was a scare, but the Browns defense is way better than the Jets defense.
Yes.
I like the Ravens minus 13.5. No, I over under is 45.
What do you like?
I don't know, because Tyrod, we're gonna score some points, right?
Yes.
And they look
I'm not
decent on
touching.
Thursday
I don't
night.
want to root.
I wouldn't touch
I
it.
don't want to root for Jets points or against Ravens points.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, that's a untouchable unless you like 13.5, which I like. Let's move on though. I was thinking about talking to Conv about the Jets more, and I had opinions.
We've
And
done it way too much already
yeah,
this year.
go pick up their wide receivers in Dynasty if they're available. They're young and they're going to be all right. Anyways, Vikings Packers, big game, first divisional game for the Packers since week 1 against the Lions, which they lost. I hate both of these teams.
Yeah, they won that game.
Oh, they did beat the Lions. You're right. Because I was thinking about the wrong scare. The Lions looks it was a scare for the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't really like either of these teams. I think did I give an ultimatum to? Yeah, they need to beat the Giants by 2 scores. They did not do that,
And
so I think they're done.
I will say our Jordan Love TikTok got ripped apart in the comments. They're
Oh,
when
really?
you say something bad about Jordan Love, it's immediately, oh, you don't know ball, the drop rate and the play calling and all this stuff. So he's an excuse machine, and
He's an if man.
I don't actually think that he sucks. That was exaggerating, but he is like the biggest excuse quarterback right
Do
now.
we have
I
a new
think.
if man? Is this the new if man?
Might be.
That I don't hate it. I think that's a good because we were talking about it, which I never did a film session. I'm not gonna lie. But
Oh, it's one YouTube video.
didn't it tell you that it was like inconclusive on whatever you were looking for, right?
Yeah, it was like I'm really impressed with Jordan Love this season, and then I watched the whole video and I was like, I didn't. There was like a couple good throws in there, but it was half bad stuff. Yeah, I didn't know what to do after that. I was
The
against the Cardinals too, so
the run game will be interesting for this matchup. They don't know if Josh Jacobs is playing yet. He's still questionable. He's been participating in practice, but he's questionable. Um, I don't know. I don't trust 9 at all though. I would like to think that the Packers defense and just enough points will be able to cover this, but I honestly
neither
don't
of
know.
these teams right now kind of feels
They're not
iffy
fun to root
at
for. Yeah,
best.
neither of these teams are fun to
No.
root for. Not at all. I don't know. What did what's his name Parsons do last week? He got a forced fumble and that's 2 sacks. All right, or a half at second half. It's a pretty decent game. Jameis was fun to watch, I will say. It was
Yep,
sad. It was sad that he didn't get to. I guess we'll talk about them against the Lions because I think Jameis is playing again. Um,
he is.
the Vikings, the Vikings almost did what they did to the Bears the first time they played because they
Oh,
got 14
so
points
almost
in the
so
fourth
sweet.
quarter. Yeah, it was,
Left them a
and
little
the
too
Bears
much
were
time.
covering too with it. Because it was 16-17 at the end, and a great kick return to get the Bears set up. See, 16 to 7. We're just getting over.
Stretch, let us
Yeah.
stretch.
No, you're good. You're good. I like it. And the Bears they're the just enough team this year. They are just doing
Yeah.
just enough to win games. Um, they're in. They've gotten the past 3 games have all been one-score games, which they've come out on top. The one-score game against the Commanders, one-score game against the Raiders, 1-point game in both of those games. One-score loss early in the season. Their schedule gets much harder now. They got the Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Browns, but Packers, Niners, Lions. They're 7-3. I'm sure nobody believes in them. I'm sure there's not a lot of faith in the Bears. But I don't know. I guess I'm trying to more talking about last game against the Vikings. But they came back. They just find a way to pull these games out of their butt.
I kind of like him this week against the Steelers.
I was just trying to look at the line. So I mean, what
Minus
what is the
-2.5
line?
at home.
It is 6.5, by the way, for the Packers Vikings, which we didn't talk about. Over under 40.
Yes.
I kind of like the over. I don't really like anything else. I would also stay away from this game because I don't like either team.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
All right, back to the Bears. Bears, Pittsburgh. Bears minus 2.5 after being plus 2.5 last week. Aaron Rodgers is going to try his best to play this game. And
Even if he does, like,
yeah, I don't really care if he does or
seeing
not.
him the ball. And then, like, I get the Cat was saying how worried he is about, like, just Aaron Rodgers versus the Bears. They don't look that good. Like, they haven't looked good all year.
The only
The
thing I'm
Bears are
worried
better.
about. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's it. That's all I got.
They have the top 3 linebackers: Tremaine Edmonds, T.J. Edwards, Noah Sewell, all out already for this game. So that scares me. They have 3 DBs questionable. And
Yeah,
that's the
he's
main
got pretty
injuries
bad.
that I could see. So that's troublesome. It seems like this could be everyone. This is why the line is 2.5, because Vegas knows like people are just
Yeah.
going to look at it. They're not going to see that injury report, and they'll be like, "Well, the Bears are 7-3, and they've looked good, and the Steelers have had these couple shitty games." I did like the Bears when we started this conversation, but then I remember the injury report that I saw on Twitter, and I don't know. There's something that this
Not
is
been injured this whole time though. Like I thought their secondary's been banged up all year.
the secondary has, but I know Edmonds has been playing and Sewell has been playing. I think T.J. Edwards has been missing a couple games, but I think just the fact that I see all 3, like who are their linebackers? That's just what I'm worried about. I think it's like who are their linebackers?
Fair
And the
concern.
Steelers, I mean, they both need this game. They're this both of them is like this is like their second easiest
Yeah,
game
it's
for
like a
both of
huge
them.
playoffs odds swing,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest of the week.
Honestly, and I don't know. I'm staring at it right now. I like
I don't hate the over, to be honest.
46. It's not a bad over.
Ooh, I see 44.5.
Oh, really? I see 45.5. So I'd like 44.5 even more.
I mean, the Bears, like, they've had a lot of success against bad defenses this year.
They have. And they've had a good like offensive game plan for all these where it's like Caleb doesn't have to be a Superman to win these games. But he also doesn't have to like he doesn't have to be Superman, but he also doesn't have to be like even a ground like he's like a ground level quarterback right now. Like he's doing exactly what they want him to do.
Yep.
He's not getting too abstract with any of his plays, and he has middling stats, but it's the dub is the only stat that matters. And
Yep, it's working.
yes, and he's not turning the ball over a lot. It is working. Let me look at I mean, since we're doing the injury report game, let's see what the Steelers look like. What Aaron Rodgers has, because if it's Mason Rudolph, I don't care who the linebackers are. Um, I'm gonna be taking the Bears. They don't have anyone out. The Steelers. DK Metcalf didn't
Yeah,
play all week
they're
though.
questionable.
His injury is rest though, so I guess he's fine. All right, let's come back to this game. I do like the over. I guess no. I mean, we'll come back to all these games if we have a wise pick for it, but that's I kind of talked myself out of the Bears, even though I started out liking the Bears a lot.
Yeah,
If they can
I
run
think
the
you talked me out
football,
of the Bears as well.
if they can run the football, they can win the game. That's really what's been dictating in this season so far for the Bears. All right. Another easy one we could probably get out of the way. Pats, Bengals. Pats -6.5. Called it. Mine. Gimme. At the Bengals.
Oh, I was worried at first, and then I remembered Jamar Chase was out.
Yep.
Burrow's not playing, is he?
I don't think so.
Because I didn't hit the over too when I first saw it, but then he's questionable.
Questionable to play. Burrow looks outstanding. Trends
Sorry,
towards return. Okay. But he's still questionable. Full participant in practice for 2 days in a row. Well, that would be a little annoying. That would be great. The
And I really like the over.
Yeah, over 50. I don't know. That's a lot. That's the same thing as the
It is a
Chiefs.
lot.
That's the same thing as the Chiefs
They
Colts.
their defense is so awful though.
Yeah, I do. I do want they were talking about a part of my take. I do want the Drake May 300. I know it's a stupid
Mm.
thing that people say, and it doesn't really bother me because Josh Allen took 2 seasons to get 300 yards. All these quarterbacks have taken a while to get 300 yards, but I would like to see a 300-yard game here out of Drakey. Or just a fantastic run game again. Stevenson's going to come back. Milton Williams on the D line being out is not fun. That's gonna worry me, especially against Chase Brown, who hasn't had a great season, but has had a couple games where it's like he's the Chase Brown that we saw of last year.
Yeah, he's
And
been better.
I guess Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco. Of course, I'd rather have Flacco, but I wonder how much it matters versus the defense that they're pulling out, and no Jamar Chase. Like if Jamar Chase was playing
Yeah.
and the Joe Burrow thing was in there, I would not be taking 6.5. But the fact
No,
that
that's like a 2.5 line.
yeah, the fact that Jamar Chase is out to begin with, I like the 6.5 still. I think we can win by a touchdown. Did you see there was 2 Patriots practice squad players that declined 53-man roster spots for other teams because they wanted to stay on the Pats, and now they're elevated. So Vrabel's bringing that culture back, baby. We're
Sure.
Yep, we got that culture back. One of them is Swinston, the LSU kid that we talked about after the draft.
Oh, he's on the practice squad.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked by that. But now he's finally getting an opportunity because Milton Williams is on the IR. So hopefully, I mean, if he just breaks out, that'd be pretty sweet. But hopefully he could do something in there, or just get some playing time. I'd like to see him out there. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. The defense for Bengals is awful, so I don't really know if it matters what quarterback.
Matters a little bit.
Of course, it matters a little bit. But with Christian Gonzalez on T. Higgins and only having to focus on T. Higgins,
yeah,
that's a
completely
matchup I'll
changed.
take. Yeah, especially like if T. Higgins was on Marcus Jones, I'd be nervous because Marcus Jones is a great corner, but he's small, and T. Higgins would just be able to jump ball over him over and over again. So, yeah, I think 6.5 is. I mean, I'm taking it. It's gonna be a wise pick.
It's
Done. Giants Lions is the only 1 o'clock game that we have left. What's
more
the line for
Jameis.
that? 12.5. More
12.5.
Jameis. Jameis doesn't lose by 12.5. Come on. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't watch too much of Jameis. I saw some of the highlights. Do you have any notes on Jameis, how he played? I mean, of course he threw an interception. Motor out here running the ball with Motor all the time.
Yeah. The interception too was like kind of not his fault. It seemed like I forget what receiver it was, but it seemed like they stopped running the route in the end zone or there was a miscommunication. So because when he threw it, I was like, there it is, like classic Jameis.
Mhm.
Like it was fun, and then he throws the pick. But I don't know. I mean, I don't like the thought of him going into the dome in Detroit at all.
I wish we could flip Jameis and Kirk Cousins and have Jameis be passing to Drake London and Kyle
Yeah,
Pitts, and Mooney, and then Kirk
Wandale
Cousins
Robinson.
just get destroyed out there over and over again and passing to nobody. Because I mean,
That's mean.
you that is mean, but like you look at their this passing stats, and it's like there's Wandale Robinson and there's no one else. Isaiah Hodges,
Yeah,
Tyrone Tracy got 4 catches. Jalen Hyatt got 4 targets. I mean, these guys stink.
That's
Yeah, he
yeah,
has
they're
got no one to
bad.
throw to.
They've become a very sad team without Dart.
Yeah, they got sad quick. I mean, and it was funny that not funny. It's sad, but
And
it was.
Neighbors and Scottaboo.
I
Like,
was gonna say it was like one by one by one. It was like neighbors. It was
yeah,
like, all right, but at least like we got Scatterboo, we got Dart, and then it
they're
was,
so fun, and
and
then
then
horrible. Yeah,
yep,
I would not
sad
touch
for
the
the Giants.
Giants here.
No, I'm glad we talked about that because I want to touch Jameis, but that sounds bad. I want to
Oh,
I want to bet on Jameis, but it is not. It's just not the right team for him. At least we could see him out there though.
yeah.
All right, let's go to the 4 o'clock games. I like Shadur Sanders.
Thinkers. Holy crap! I
Yeah,
don't.
they all stink. Plus 3.5 against the Raiders. Come on. If there's any sort of juice in there, this is where you got to show it. This is where you got to show that you were like the Raiders. Remember last year, it was the theory that he wanted to go to the Raiders because every time the Raiders lost on Sunday, he would tweet out like "Thank you God,"
Thank you God. Yeah.
and the Raiders passed him up, 6 times, 5 times because if he's in the 5th round. He's finally getting a first start. He got the reps during practice. Dude, the over under is 35.5. Holy shit. I kind of like the under too. I like Browns plus 3.5. They got to keep it close.
Right?
Maybe I'm not putting it as a
It's
wise
a
pick
weird
yet,
line.
but when we go
Like the
back, I
fact that the
might.
Raiders are 3.5.
Yes,
Like
Raiders
I
shouldn't be
feel
three
like
and a half to
Vegas.
anybody.
I know, but I feel like they're kind of cashing in on the Shadur. Like there's going to be money coming in on Shadur because people think there's juice there when
Oh, there's
there
gonna
might
be
not be.
thousands of dollars on Stir. It's gonna be
Yeah.
insane. I mean, the
So that's
Raiders
kind of where
suck.
I'm. I don't know if I would take the Raiders, but I've done it
What
before.
are they gonna do? What are they gonna do on offense? The Raiders. I have no idea what they're gonna do.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. This could be a 12-9 game.
Yeah, and the Browns cover no matter who wins.
Yeah, no, we're not covered.
This is
I'm going to stay away. I don't like betting games on quarterbacks who haven't had a start yet.
That's fair.
But
It's
the
also
stat
just
where
two
like
shitty teams. Like it's always hard to
the
bet on two
Browns,
shitty teams.
yes, the Browns quarterback making his first start hasn't won
Yeah.
a
0 and
game.
17.
It's been like, yeah, is that stat real? Because I don't want to clip this and then get.
We
Like,
have had
I was just thinking about Baker. Did he win his first?
no. He did
Because
win, but
it's
he
that
got
Thursday night game,
he got subbed in.
but that wasn't a start. Yeah, Browns Ricker QB. I'm just gonna verify this first start. That just to cover our bases here.
This is the record that Shadur Sanders
Yeah,
wants to break in his first start. Yeah. All right.
that
0
new
and
Browns
17.
starting quarterback for 0-17. That's absurd.
Yeah, but like, isn't this like this is the time? Like he wins. He's in Vegas. He hits him with the Shadur. This is the time to break the record. This is the time to buck the trend.
Yes.
I just
I'm
think if
not
there's
touching.
there's been so much talk about this guy and so much media about this guy, and if he has any, I know he has the confidence, but if he has any skill in his body, he'll win this game. He's got this is the ultimate prove haters wrong, is it not?
Oh yeah,
So he's got to win this game.
he's got to.
All right, 3.5. Lock it in. I got the Pats and I got the Browns. Yeah, dude, these 4 o'clock
Thanks,
games
Card.
suck.
Woof.
Yeah, Jags Cardinals. I
I
could
don't even
not
want to
care
talk about
less.
that. Like, Jacoby Brissett set the completion record. That was kind
Yes,
of crazy.
that was crazy. That'll be a great
Um,
trivia. Remember that
it was
for when you're
funny, like
playing trivia one
like
day.
seeing his stat line at the end of that game was like, what? When they lost by 2 touchdowns. That was
I
absurd.
think that was the funniest
Or,
part is
yeah,
that it was
this
never
game
a
is
competition. It was never a comp.
no.
And
Yeah.
47 out of 57 for 452 yards.
Uh,
They had two. I mean,
yeah,
they
I
had
want.
two players with 15 and 10 catches. It's insanity. It's insanity.
It was a fantasy gold mine,
Oh
especially
yeah,
for like Bryden or myself.
I think it's gonna be the same thing. I think every time people play these Niners, it's gonna be a fantasy gold mine. The Niners defense is not good. The offense is good. The defense is
Yeah.
not. That's all I got. The Jags. I don't
Yeah,
even know what they
I
did
don't
last
want
week.
anything
What
to
they
do
do
with that
last week?
game.
Oh, they beat the shit out of the Chargers. That was a weird game. That was a strange
That
game.
was weird.
Herbert had 81 passing yards. They had to put in Trey Lance. Trevor Lawrence didn't even play that well either. Um, I don't
That
know.
was a scheduled Chargers game,
We called
by
that
the
one
way.
too. We did call
Yes,
that
we
one.
did. Yes, we did.
We didn't think it would be that bad. We thought it would
No,
be like a 1 point loss,
I
but
thought
yeah,
they'd miss a
they
field
got
goal at the end or
wrecked.
something. Get a
I
punt
mean,
blocked.
they got one interception from Herbert. How did they win so hard? Or like how did they beat the crap out of him so badly? If you look like the total yards is only 345 to 135. You would think with the score like this it would be 500 to 100. I mean, this just does. I guess I just ran the ball all over them. They were great on fourth down efficiency. They were 50% on third down. I guess it's. I mean, no punts. I guess it's just how you do it.
Control the game. I don't know.
No
I
punts, no
admittedly didn't
sacks.
see much of
Oh,
the game.
I didn't see much of this game either. They had one penalty. Yeah, they just played the perfect game. Besides the interception thrown by Lawrence, they just played the perfect game. They went 5 for 6 in the red zones. They didn't even kick a field goal. That's insanity. Just ran all over them. Which, by the way, Tootin and now Travis Etienne, they're like split in the backfield. Like this is getting real. It's getting real for Tootin.
Not surprising. Yeah.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not surprised by it either. And they even got LaQuint Allen a little bit of carries in there. So if I like that Russian attack if they could keep that up.
Yeah.
Kind of saved their season, right? The Jags. Like I still
I
don't
would say
have any
so.
expectations for them, but they're still alive. They're gonna have the Titans, the
Oh,
Jets, and the Titans again in their last 3 games. So or last 6 games. So they should at least get 10 wins. I mean, I think they're gonna beat the Cardinals this week. So they should at
That's
least
where
get
they
10
get
wins.
you
Yeah, they
when
lose
you
to the
think of
Cardinals this week.
yeah.
Yeah. This was
Wouldn't be
this would be like what's the line here? It's -2.5 for the Jags. Yeah, if they
2.5.
were if Vegas thought they were serious, this would be -4.
At least, yeah.
This is a great like graphic game though. If they do win, you make like the Jaguar like biting down on a cardinal, just like have little red feathers and like a wing out of the Jaguar's mouth. Like that's a good graphic win. Yeah, that's all I got. No, Alex Sarr's out. That sucks. Sorry, I just got a notification.
Analysis there.
Yeah, that's all I got. I do like the Cardinals defense is not very good. Maybe we see like something out of um maybe we see something out of Trevor, but I would just expect the rushing game more than anything else to do what it did
Mhm.
a little bit of last week, and then we'll just see who keeps up on the Cardinals side. Maybe Jacoby Brissett just has this in him. He's just locked and loaded.
He's a pro.
He's a pro. He is a pro. Again, great trivia. Don't forget that. Who has the most completions in the NFL history? Well, for one game, Jacoby Brissett. Eagles, Cowboys. I don't have a lot of faith in the Cowboys here.
I like the Eagles.
There's not. They're
For the
not going
life
to
of me, I
spit.
couldn't tell you why it's only 3.
Huh?
For the life of me, I can't understand why it's only 3.
Is that the line? -3.
Yeah.
Because their offense doesn't score points. That's why it's -3. Their offense can't score. Jalen Carter's not going to spit on Dak Prescott. Now they have Jalen Phillips. The offensive line is getting worse and worse for the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't really look good against the Cardinals or the Raiders either on that Monday night game. I mean, they did enough to win the game, of course, and they did it early, and then they just kind of let the game play through, and the Raiders couldn't do anything. Um, the Eagles' defense is far better than what the Lions' competition has been the past 2 games, and frankly, I agree. I don't know why this is only -3. This should be minus at least 5.5, even though it's at Dallas. I don't think being at Dallas matters
Agreed.
whatsoever. And it's classic Eagles. It's gonna be classic Eagles. Maybe that's why it's
Yep.
-3. Maybe they push, but that would be the only.
What if AJ Brown went off?
They what?
I said, what if AJ Brown went off?
I know. I like the
Spot to
Cowboys
do it.
defense. If any, I was gonna say if any defense to go against where your offense is gonna look good. Like Saquon should look good. Jalen Hurts should be able
Yep.
to throw the ball all over the yard. The only thing that would but this I hate doing this again because we did it with the Jets, but the only thing that I would think of would be the Nealon, the tragedy that happened with Marshall Nealon. They did that, but that was against the Raiders. Like that was the Nealon game against the Raiders. So I don't know if that carries over for 2 weeks or not.
I don't think so. Not to be insensitive.
Yeah, no, that's the whole conversation. Like I didn't want it to be insensitive to begin with, but it's a factor in those immediate games when you
Yeah,
celebrate the
right.
life of a player that was on your team. Then it definitely matters. But I think they used it last week against the Raiders. I don't know if they could transfer it over. But anyways, I do think the Eagles are gonna win. I like -3 there for the Eagles. All right,
Ooh, Saints Falcons.
we're doing great analysis today. I feel like we're just ripping through these games.
We are ripping through.
Which is fine. Like that's fine with me. There's not a lot of great games this week. The Colts Chiefs is the best
There
game.
are enough good games. Actually, the 4 o'clock window is not good at
Oh,
all.
there's 2 1 o'clock games too. There's 2 good 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Three.
But that's
Three.
fine. Like
There's
that's
3.
plenty. You only need 1 or 2 good games to slate.
That's true. But I guess it just doesn't help that there's nothing interesting about the 4 o'clock. This I will say Sunday and Monday night, fantastic games.
Yeah.
Those are great. So we sacrificed Sunday for prime time for Sunday night, Thursday night, and Monday night, which is I think it's a fair
Yeah.
trade.
I think that's
I think you have to like
we'll get a good 1 o'clock game. One of these games will be good.
yes, we'll get a good 1 o'clock game for sure. It's the 4 o'clock games where I wonder if it's nap time.
Do your grocery shopping and
Yeah, go apple picking. the And I guess we can't forget who could forget about Falcons Saints? I mean, just the most heated rivalry in the NFL.
Saints with the minus really throws me off.
Oh man, is that really how far the Falcons have fallen? Minus
Yep.
2.5.
I mean, they're like you're talking about the Bears, how they just keep finding ways to win. The Falcons keep finding ways to lose.
Yes. Yes, they do. And now they have Kirk Cousins, who I didn't really trust Michael Penix to begin with, but I trust Kirk Cousins less than Michael Penix.
So, tricky.
This might
Again,
be
I don't
this
think
is the
that's
worst
this game.
quarterback matchup of the day by far. Shuck versus Cousins. What's the appeal? What is the appeal?
I mean, Shedeur versus Gino has
Yeah, but at least Shedeur, like we got
almost,
Shedeur.
yeah.
And Gino, I mean, actually no, Gino's awful. But
No, yeah, don't.
I was gonna just say he's funny because of
Shedeur
how
versus
bad he
Gino.
is. He's at least I will say, at least he's funny about how bad he is. Like Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins and Shuck. Shuck has been fine,
no,
I
it's
guess,
sad.
but Kirk Cousins is sad. Like he's sad.
Kirk Cousins is very sad.
I kind of don't hate the Falcons though. They need
I
to win
hate
more than
everything about the game.
they need to win more than the
They're
Saints do.
done. They're toast.
They don't have a
They're not
pick
in like a
though.
must-win scenario.
Yeah, it's must win. They need
It
their
doesn't
pick.
matter. The players don't know that. They're just cooked.
I don't know. They could rattle off two. They could rattle off Saints and Jets, and then Saints again later, or maybe the Cardinals.
I'm
Go
not
four
listening
more
to
win,
Falcons.
win
Propaganda.
7 wins. They just
Wins.
they're gonna give the
7
Rams a top
wins?
10 pick. They could They can give the Rams a top 10 pick, and I just don't want that to happen.
They're
Annoying.
allergic to winning football games.
They are. They can't help
Literally
themselves.
allergic.
They
They need
really
to fire
can't.
me more at this point,
This is the game, right? If
right?
they lose this, it's over.
I mean, at this point, you might as well let them ride out the season. Well, they don't have to. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I think if
it's
they
tough
lose
to
this,
fire a guy when the
it's a
quarterback
must
goes
fire.
down for the season. Let's fire. Classic fire.
Yeah, a classic must fire game for the Atlanta Falcons. I guess. Yeah, we've talked too much about this game.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to do with the
Bucks
over
Rams.
under 40 points. I'm still talking about it. Sorry, you were ready to move on. I'm attached for some reason.
Always do
Uh,
this for some reason.
we just get caught. Yeah, we got to
Yeah,
talk 30 minutes about some terrible teams. All right, let's move on though. Bucks Rams. Still no Bucky Irving. Great Sean Tucker game against the Bills. 3 touchdowns for himself.
Yep.
They played really well against the Bills. Were able to move it up and down. Just it was one of those games where it was like it felt like um just the simple mistakes are going to be the ones that kill you. And the Baker threw an interception. They were pretty bad on third down. So it was or they had a couple big third
They
downs
give
that they
a
missed
couple
mainly.
huge plays too.
Yeah. So
Defense.
it is. We did get the scheduled Sean Tucker game. I mean, he had
Yep.
140 yards and 3 touchdowns. They said they're going to use him more this week which is funny. Like you have the guy, he gets NFC Offensive Player of the Week last year, the one game that he's playing. Bucky Irving's been out since week like 5, and you finally give him 19 carries and he goes for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and you're like, yeah, maybe we should use this guy a little bit more. It's like, I feel like I tell you everyone in Dynasty could have told you that because people have been holding
Yep.
on to Sean Tucker all year, just waiting for this to happen. Bucks are in a desperate move, and their schedule gets super easy after this game. This is like their last hard game, basically. So maybe it's not as desperate as I think, but
No,
you
I don't
don't
think so. And
you
like
don't want to be
Carolina's
6-5.
behind them, but then like Carolina has a brutal schedule, and then it's the the Saints and the Falcons behind them in the division. So I don't think it's desperate times at all. I am surprised the line is at 6.5. That feels a little bit high, but I don't know.
It does seem a little high. This Rams
Another
team is
like
good
back-to-back
though.
road games. Yeah, I don't think I want to bet against the Rams right now.
I think the 2 most trustworthy teams are the Eagles and the Rams right now, and the Rams above the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
This Rams team is just calculated. Everything that they do is super efficient, and even when they keep getting things close, it's like they're never in fear of losing the game. It feels like. I guess the Seahawks had to
Yeah,
miss a
I mean
field
last
goal.
week there was a field goal
Yeah,
away.
that's true. I don't know. There's just a lot of trust I have in these guys. It's McVay. It's Matthew Stafford. Um, yeah, and you're right. This is a bad week to say that because it's the closest game that they've had since the last loss that
But
they've had.
also the best team that they faced
Yes,
in a while.
yes, that is true. Yeah, and this Buccaneers
I like the
defense,
Rams.
huh?
I might like them in this game.
They're favorite 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Matthew Stafford's least efficient game last week, still being able to win and come out on top with that. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of teams that quarterback, no matter how good Matthew Stafford has been playing all year, will have 130 yards, 15 for 28, and 2 touchdowns, and they find a way to lose that game because of how inefficient that is. But they just know what they're doing, and Kyron Williams has been coming back into his own. Um, had a really long carry last week and touchdown. Puka is just always going to be. Feels like he's just always open, always ready, and even when he's not open, he just catches it over somebody. And Adams isn't going to have 8 targets for 1 catch like last week. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like they're swinging a bat with a donut on it, playing against the Seahawks defense, like getting
yeah,
ready for this Bucks game.
I've never heard that expression before. Swinging a bat with a donut on it. The Buccaneers too. It seems like I don't know. There's some about them in prime time or like close to in the 4:30 games. They're much better in the primetime games. They've been great, and they've pulled games out of their ass for those ones. I don't know. There's this Buccaneers team. I like this. I think this is stay away. Honestly, I do kind of like the
Yeah,
Rams, but I think
might
this
be
is stay away. What's the over under? Let me look.
49.5.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
The over or the under?
No, the over. Yeah, I get 50 points. I mean, the past 3 weeks, the Buccaneers have scored 23, 23, 32. If we think the Rams are going to win, then they'd have to get, that's they have to get pretty close
Good
to
math.
49. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a good matchup. This is another one. I think for the love of the game, you got to stay away.
Yeah, don't be sweating a bet at 11 p.m. on Sunday night either.
Yeah, agreed. And I think you just rather would want to watch this game.
Yeah.
I feel somewhat of the same way in Panthers Niners, but I kind of love the over. For the same also 49ers 49 and a half.
Just because of what we talked about with the Niners defense.
Yes. Yes. They're the Mario Kart Rainbow Strip for fantasy football. That just makes you go faster. And I mean, they scored 41 last week on another bad defense. Or actually, I'll give both Cardinals and Panthers middling defenses. So now that
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's back, the the offense is humming. The defense isn't very good. I think that's a perfect recipe for an over 50.
I don't hate it. Do you think this is the game where like this? I feel like this is the first time we've seen the Panthers in prime time in years. Like, is this the game where Bryce Young reveals himself as like to the casual world as a legit quarterback, or do you think it's they poop their pants? Because I'm
We
kind of torn. I don't really know where to go with it.
well we called a couple shots last week and they worked in our favor, and the one that didn't was Bryce Young.
Yes.
He heard our take and said, "All right, let me raise you 450 yards against the one of the best secondaries this league is or the league has seen this year in the Falcons."
Yeah.
I mean, he eviscerated them. No interceptions, 3 touchdowns. Um, used like all of his receivers. Used Rico Dowdle out of the backfield. This was a this was an impressive showing here by Bryce Young, and I don't know what to do with him. So our take last week was they Panthers. We need them to find out if Bryce Young was good or bad, and they found out that he's bad against the Saints. And now he looks like this, and you're right back to who the hell knows. You're right back to where you don't want to be, and
Yep.
he seems like the type of quarterback that is going to do just enough to keep him the starting job, and then having the same questions going into next year. And
It does feel that.
I don't know this. It's a great question about Panthers and the 49ers this week. What what Bryce Young are we going to see? And I think my over pick, even though I just said the Niners scored 42 last week against a mid defense, they Brock Purdy's back. I do think that my over will require Bryce Young to be above
Yeah.
average. He will have to be above. He doesn't have to do what he did last week, but he'll have to
Unless
be
they
above
get down
average.
big and then they just pick up a lot of points in garbage time,
Yeah,
which is
that
also
is
very
true.
possible.
I do think the Niners defense is bad though. I think it's bad.
Mhm.
So CMC is going to go off this game too, right?
Oh yeah. I mean that's kind of a given every week.
That's true, but I like even extra against the former team. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Hmm. What about the just the line itself? 6.5.
I don't think I'm going to touch it. I'd be
I
worried about
think
the back door
I was gonna
with the
say it's
Niners.
scary. It's very
Yeah.
scary. And then but it's scary, but it's one of those games where you're watching it halfway through on Monday night. You're like, man, 6.5 was sitting right there. They're up by 21.
Yep.
So, and you could say that about any game, but this like there's specific ones where you get worried about something that we saw about Bryce Young, and then Bryce Young looks like garbage on Monday Night Football. I don't know. I don't think being at San Francisco doesn't scare me. The defense doesn't scare me. But I think the offense for the Niners is good. So I don't know. I'm talking myself into an over. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
So I like over 49.5 in that game. All right. Well, that's all the games of the week. I don't think we missed any. So Chris,
You got your picks?
I got my 3.
Or you got to do the same thing?
Yep. What's
All right.
Wait. Let's
Once
find
I
touchdowns, and then you figure it out what
Okay.
you got. I'm gonna look for some touchdowns, and then just so we don't have to recap and then recap again, we'll do it all in
Fair enough.
one fell swoop. So let me look for. We'll talk about some touchdowns here. We were just talking about the Jags run game, but Tootin and ETN are favored, both of them. I don't like that. I kind of like Michael Wilson for the Cardinals. He got all those catches last week and didn't get a touchdown, so he seems kind of due.
I'll take David Montgomery.
They said They said they're going to use him more. I don't hate that.
They have to.
Let
David
me see.
Montgomery.
Oh, they played the Giants. I was like, who did we talk about them? Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we talked about the Lions at all. By the way,
No.
they played the Eagles on Sunday night, and we called this shot too. I'm not gonna lie. Jared Goff outside, awful.
Oh yeah.
Jared Goff Sunday night outside, not the spot you want him. You want him at home versus the Giants. That's where you want him. That almost makes me want to take the 12.5 for the Lions, but I already have my picks, so
I don't hate that.
So I like that touchdown.
Meet Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. All right. Here we go. Against them boys. Yeah, I mean, this was the first game. This was game 1 of the NFL season, and that's exactly what he did. Didn't he get 2, and they weren't even tush pushes?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with... Sorry, I'm looking at the Ravens right now. I don't hate Lamar. Plus 170.
I don't hate that.
But when they're against bad teams, he doesn't run for touchdowns. Am I tripping on that? Or I feel like he just never runs for touchdowns when they're
Yeah, I
against
feel
bad
like he
teams.
throws touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, because he can throw against bad teams, but not against good teams. That was mean. Dude, Emmanuel Wilson is minus 110.
I know.
I'd rather take Dobbs. I feel like we take Dobbs all the time, and he never hits for us.
Yeah, we take Dobbs way too much.
All right. I'm taking too long on this. I'm going DeAndre Swift.
All right.
And then I'm going...
I like that.
I'm going JSN. There's no reason why not to.
Oh, not Michael Wilson?
No. I took off Michael Wilson.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we can recap all the picks whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I have the odds for the touchdown. If you want me to just read it off now.
Oh, perfect. I set it up. I have it. Is it 11.98?
Mine's 13.73.
Oh, read off yours then. All right. Well then
free
we'll do that. We'll do
ads.
that right at the end then. I had Pats. I had over in. No, I had that, and then I had that. All right. That was good podcasting for a second. But to recap, the NFL Week 12 Wise Picks, which by the way we didn't talk about it. We both went 2-1. this week. Chris
It's a good week.
Chris
Picks are
almost
hot.
had a 3-0. Yeah, vibes are good though. Vibes are good. We both actually went almost 3-0. We were 2 points away.
Yeah, we were a combined. Yeah,
Yep.
only a couple points.
So good week ahead of us. We like doing it. I feel like we get the motion going when we talk about it like this. So I like it a lot.
Yep.
I have New England Patriots -6.5. I'm going back to the barrel. Come on, Pats. Let's cover against the Bengals, who stink. If Joe Flacco, I would bet that soon, because if Joe Flacco's a starter, I'm sure that goes up to -8 at least.
Yeah, that's
I
without
have the
tomorrow.
I have the Browns. I'm betting on the Cleveland Browns, baby. +3.5 against the terrible, terrible Las Vegas Raiders. Shedeur season has started. And then I have Carolina Panthers versus 49ers over 49.5. Not sure what Bryce Young we're getting, but we're going to see some offense by San Francisco 49ers. And we're going to see some Rico Dowdle on national TV.
Yep. That's a funny sentence. All right, I'm going under in Seahawks Titans. That's 40.5. It's the best defense in football, arguably, versus the worst offense in football.
Yep.
So 40-0. I still cover. I'm taking the Eagles -3 against the Cowboys. I just can't. I can't imagine it. Like, I know that their offense has struggled, but this defense is horrible. And the Eagles do this every week. So still riding the Eagles. I really had to sell myself to not take the Raiders in a Wise Bowl. I'm not going to, just because of the uncertainty with Shedeur.
If you want to pick
So
Geno Smith in
I'm
a
gonna
Wise
take.
Bowl, I'll do that any day of the week.
No, yeah. That would be the third time I've taken the Raiders this year. So I don't think that's allowed. I'm taking the Lions -12.5. Just give me an easy big
There you
spread
go.
back in the dome, coming off a loss. It's
Yeah.
not a typical pick by me, but like, I think they win this game by 3 touchdowns.
It's almost get right for Dan Campbell. Get your play calling right. Like
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
the play calling against the past 3 weeks. So get it back
Yep.
together. All right.
All right,
And
and
then
then we've got
you want to read off the
touchdowns.
touchdowns. Yeah.
David Montgomery in that Lions game. Jalen Hurts in my Eagles pick. How about that?
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift against the Steelers and JSN against the Titans. That gives us odds of plus 1373, which
I love
is
it.
$10 to win 137 if you do not understand math.
We are due. We're due.
Yeah,
The touchdowns especially. We are so close.
we
I don't
don't
even
think we've hit one.
No, we haven't hit one. And we've gotten lower odds every week. Like we're trying to go for safer and safer picks. And it's not helping out. But
We've
you know,
been one off like 4 times though, for what it's
yes,
worth.
which is why we're due.
Yeah.
All right, that was a great week. I guess before we go, we can do a quick minute on some college basketball. Gamecocks lost to Butler today at 2 p.m. Sad stuff. Sad stuff. We were 4-0. It was looking
I
good.
shouldn't laugh. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I laugh at your Commanders too much. I can't be.
That's fair.
I can't be now sad that somebody else is laughing at my other team. They had some heart. There was some things to change. Like there was some obvious things that could change. They were -19 on rebounds though. That's abysmal.
So, I mean, Gordon Hayward was not playing for Butler?
No, nor Brad Stevens was coaching for Butler. It was a sloppy game. They started out they're playing in West Virginia in a ballroom, by the way. It's I don't know what tournament it is, but they're playing in West Virginia in a ballroom. And
It'll
they
be the
have another
first time
game.
anyone's in a ballroom.
Do you think first time anyone's ever that tournament's not been around? You ever heard of it? I don't know what I can't
Oh, I
think
was
of.
just saying people from West Virginia probably don't spend time in
Oh.
ballrooms often.
I'm gonna get the name of the
Amy
tournament.
Kaiser had 14 points against you guys, former Terp.
Yes, they said that on the broadcast. I was actually
Yeah,
gonna bring
I just
that
liked
up.
him.
The Greenbrier opener or Greenbrier tournament is the tournament that they're in. Yeah, first loss of the season. Their big men need to play a little bit better. The second half they played a lot better than they did in the first half. they're going to be exciting team to watch. They might not win a ton of games, but they will be exciting to
Fair
watch.
enough.
They have up next Northwestern. Yeah, Northwestern.
Yeah.
That's a must win to get back on track. Virginia Tech is later in December. That's another must win to get back on track. Um, basically, any team that has a pulse is a must win. I mean, I guess that makes all of them must wins. Every game is a must win. Because once it comes to SEC play, when we play Auburn's, when we play Florida, we might get run out of the building by like 40 points. I don't know if we're ever going to get a rebound against Florida. They average the most rebounds in college basketball with like 52.5. And let's see how many rebounds we got this
You were
game.
minus 19 against Butler.
Yes. Let's see how many rebounds we got in general. Offensive rebounds we had 7. Defensive rebounds we had 19. Defensive rebounds for Butler was 31, and then offensive
19
rebounds were 11. Yeah, 42 to 26 was the rebound differential. So I guess it ended up being 16, not 19, but still not good.
No, it's not great.
No, and they missed shots early, which was the issue. They had a bunch of good open looks early, and they missed them. I hate. I guess it's just the college in general. Free throws, like every team, it seems to be shooting like
Yes.
maybe the best teams in the world shoot 70% free throws, but it's that's just frustrating to watch. They play with some heart though. It's a better team than last year, which isn't saying much. Isn't saying much whatsoever. That's all I got for the Gamecocks. You got anything for the Terps?
We beat Marquette at Marquette.
That's pretty
We
cool.
did lose for all Payne until at least conference play, but it sounded like it was going to be way worse. And then earlier this week, we had to go to overtime to beat Mount St. Mary's. But we also landed a 5-star recruit the same night, and we have
I
the
was
third
gonna
best recruiting
say,
class in the
yeah. What's
Yeah.
who's
So,
that kid?
Baba something. His
Baba.
dad owns a bunch of rental houses in College Park. Fun fact.
Interesting. So it's almost
Yeah.
like he was poised to go there.
And his dad said that they picked Maryland over Georgetown because basically there's less traffic up there from where they live in Silver Spring.
That makes
which is
sense.
funny.
The third best in the country already. I mean, I guess it's early.
Yeah.
Are you the
We have four
fifth team with recruit?
signees. We have a 5-star and 2 4-stars and a 3-star.
Damn. All right, Buzz.
Yeah.
There's a buzz going
So
around in
next year looking
Maryland.
up. And I think like this year they're gonna be fun. It's weird year. They have somebody else go off every game, but
I knew that there was going
Darius
to
Adams
be.
also shot 17 free throws. He's basically our Shea Gilgeous.
Wait, who averages? Oh, I saw
Darius
that.
Adams.
Oh my God, he
With
had,
21 free throws. He was 17-21.
and those were like his only points. He scored like.
Yeah, I think he had 21. So I'm like fully ready to just like embrace that brand of basketball. I love it.
Everyone's gonna hate
Privileged.
you too.
That's fine. I don't
Yeah,
care.
everyone's gonna hate you. Um,
Yep.
the I'm I knew that like when you guys got that 5-star kid this year, I was like, there's something up. There's something up with Maryland. Something like
Yeah.
this wasn't supposed to happen. Like this is year 0. Like even if they don't win a lot of games, but like you weren't supposed to be recruiting like this already. So
Not this well, no.
no.
So I'm pretty
And I
excited.
guess it's funny. I guess the Gamecocks did it with GG Jackson, but I don't know. So
Buzz.
yeah, bring the buzz, baby. I gotta look at this. What game was the all those 3 free throws? Was that Mount St. Mary's?
It was Monday. No. Wednesday night against Mount St. Mary's.
I gotta see this stat line. Oh my God, you had a guy get 41.
Yeah, Diggy Quake.
Who was the guy who got that? Saunders, or was it Darius Adams?
Adams.
Huh?
Adams. Darius Adams.
Yeah, 17 of the of his points from free throws.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Adams ranks 12th nationally in free throw attempts. So at least you could say that he's not like leading the nation in free throw attempts. All right, that's all I got. That was our college corner. Yeah. Oh, I guess while we're talking college corner, we play Coastal, and this weekend in football. I guess they're gonna beat Coastal. They better beat Coastal. Like Beamer. I guess the reason why I side so hard is they lost by being up 20. They were up 30-3 at halftime against
Yes.
the number 3 team in the nation, and then lost. They didn't score a single
Evaporated.
point. Yeah, it got decimated. The lead got evaporated in like 10 minutes. And you could tell it was like I think the worst part is the way we played we had the ball with the last possession in the half. The way that we played then, you knew that they were just all they were doing was playing not to lose, and every time you do that, you just lose every time. I don't know why Beamer's our coach. I guess because he has recruits. I don't
Yes.
understand. He
We're the
doesn't
same
coach. He doesn't coach.
Yeah, we're the same team.
Well, and we are on the same team, and like I've always been, especially publicly on the pod, always been supportive of Beamer and liked what he's done. I remember I was a sophomore in college. They lost to Kentucky. We might have talked about it on the pod, and all they needed to do was score a touchdown against Kentucky to win. So all they needed was one touchdown, and the whole walk home, me and my roommate just bitched about Shane Beamer the whole time. And that was sophomore year, his first year of coaching the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's now year 5. I'm graduated, and it's the same complaints. It's the same complaints. He guaranteed we made the playoffs though next year. He guaranteed it. He declared it. He declared that we're making the playoffs.
So it's basically he makes playoffs or he gets fired.
Next year,
When
he
we're
should
in.
get fired now. He should get fired now.
Not if you're
I like
saying that.
that's like what was that gonna get like save his job? Like, well, you guys don't even understand. We're gonna make the playoffs next year. Like it was. Somebody described him, and I'd never heard it before until I saw it on Twitter. Somebody described him as a politician, and I was like, holy shit, he is. He's a politician, and but he's not a football coach. I know that. And so there was another like I saw so many great memes after that loss. There was the scene from Moneyball. Jonah Hill is sitting there and he's like, this Shane
It's one
Beamer, it's
defect.
everything. He's like, this is Shane Beamer. It's everything you'd want in a coach. He says the right things. He recruits good players. There's only one deficit. He can't coach.
Can't coach.
He can't coach. Well, and the offense looked so good at the first half, the beginning of the first half. It looked like they fired Shulo, which they did. And it was like, wow, like this is what we've been waiting for all year. I can't believe I was actually mad that this is what the offense didn't look like all year. I was like starting to get like pre-mad. It's like, man, we're gonna win this game, but all these other games that we just fumbled because the offense sucked. And then we fumbled in the second half and the offense sucked. It was dude, as you can tell, this has really gotten to me. I had to get it off my chest. Yeah, I was gonna say. I know we were supposed to wrap up, but I'm glad I got it off my chest. It's sad being a Gamecock football fan. It's really not. There's a great skit about this guy goes to a Halloween party and he's just wearing a Gamecock football shirt, and they're like, "What's so scary about that?" And he just explains how there's just hope every year for a program that's never gonna win anything in the SEC. And he's like, the hope is what's scary. And yes, the hope is what's scary. Because coming next year, we'll have a 5-star quarterback, whether it's Lenoris or our backup. We'll have probably some good defensive players. I'm sure Dylan Stewart's going to go to Maryland or something. But we'll have hope again, and Shane will be saying the right things. He'll be recruiting the right players, and then we'll suck cheeks again. Like our shot was last year. Our shot was last year, and we didn't make the playoffs. And it seemed like such a perfect season, besides the early stumbles, that there was just if that wasn't going to be the year, then there was just never going to be a year that we make the playoffs. And now I'm starting to feel like that.
Yeah.
I know there's not much to say. Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm sure Maryland fans probably
we're the
feel
same team,
pretty
except
similar.
we don't have hope.
Yes. Yeah, that's the difference. And I think just because there's like I don't know what the hope is from. I think it's just from being in the SEC and getting
Yeah,
good
because
recruiters.
everybody cares a lot.
Yeah, yeah. They tailgate, and they get drunk, and it makes it think our football team's good. It's not good. All right. Well, on that somber note, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed my rant and our preview for the week 12. Nothing else, Chris? You good? All right.
Here.
Well, then we'll see everyone on Monday for our. We're gonna have to preview Thanksgiving, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of recap, a little bit
Yep.
preview Thanksgiving, and then that'll be the only pod for that week. Because I'm going to Washington.
Thanksgiving foods.
Yeah. Oh, we should do Thanksgiving foods. We'll have to do a long one on
Oh, yeah.
Monday. Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
Thanksgiving foods. All right. Thank you all for listening.